For the community, Human First offers a way for the donors and others to continue to know how important the center is.
So tonight we come together to honor some remarkable partners and individuals who have really gone beyond the call of duty to advance the mission of Center on Halsted.
It's a great privilege for us to be here this evening receiving this Human First Award.
The Center on Halsted is so clearly responding to extremely serious and extremely important needs that it seemed like a slam dunk when it was first presented to us, and very much a part of the spectrum of things that we hold to be important in the community and that we like to try to support.
And it was a very easy concept to embrace wholeheartedly, immediately.
The main reason that we're so excited is that from the very beginning we've understood that the mission of the Center on Halsted is one of inclusivity, and that is something that for us defines the way that we try to relate in our own family and with the community that we live in Chicago and beyond.
I think that our support hasn't changed, it's just increased. As we've increased our own awareness, as we have become more familiar with what's going on here at the center, and as we have more friends who face their own personal struggles with so many issues, I think our support, just as I say, will increase.
Receiving the Human First Award is a great honor, but I also have to say that I'm deeply thankful for all the people that served with me on the board over the years that I was on it. We had a remarkable team, and it was really a collaborative effort.
I've been Dave's brother for 44 years. I know him quite well, and I think he's been impactful for the center and the community at large because he's been there during the good times, he's been there during the challenging times, and he'll continue to be there whatever the times may hold.
And so it coming out for me 30 years ago was a time that was filled with some fear, isolation. When I became a grown-up, one of the things that inspired me was the desire to have a place like the center that combined not only the coming out process but also the full spectrum of life experience, whether it's recreation or performing arts or just getting together with friends for an enjoyable evening. The center really kind of fills that need.
Exelon tries to be the best group of utilities in the United States. And when you treat that as your mission, you have to look and say, well, what does that really mean to people? And obviously it means more than keeping the lights on and keeping the power plants safe. It means trying to make the company cleaner and greener. And it also means having respect and creating opportunity for the widest variety of people that we can.
It would occur to me that Exelon is one of the city's true champions of civic involvement. Their mission is one of both diversity in the broadest possible definition and education, and they're also very interested in the history of our city. And in this respect, those three commitments come together in the Center on Halsted.
I have heard from employees who say that this center has for several decades been a constant source of support, of information, of friendship, and of meaningful activities. I think our company's receiving this award shows that in terms of recognizing the importance of our gay and lesbian employees and reaching out to this community, we are adapting, we are changing, and in some ways we are leading. And that means a lot to me.
The mission of the Chicago History Museum is to be a place for all people, all walks of life, to expose the city of Chicago and all who come here to the history of Chicago.
We're very proud to receive this award, and we're proud that it comes really from one of our key partner organizations. We couldn't have done our programs over the years without the high-level participation of the Center on Halsted.
They were pioneers when it wasn't popular to be a pioneer, and they went against the grain only to actually reap the benefits now of making believers out of non-believers.
Well, I'm proud to say that even before I became president 6 years ago, we had a program called Out at the Chicago History Museum. It's been going on now for 8 years. Now it's leading up to a terrific exhibition that's going to open end of May out in Chicago.
I think we're all growing up as a society, and I'm very proud to say that I'm here to see it happen.
The center at Halsted, it was so critical that we got a center that was dedicated to the LGBT community. It was really sort of an embarrassment that a major city like Chicago was one of the last cities to have a center like this.
In terms of the void that the center fills, I think it was hard for many people, and myself included, to imagine how wide that spectrum was of need. You see the number of programs, the number of outreach efforts, the sheer number of things that the center does for the community it serves, that it becomes very hard to imagine it not being here now.
Also, Center on Halsted was an opportunity for the community to give back to the city of Chicago. Chicago has been very, very good to the LGBT community over the years, and this was our opportunity to give back to the city.
I would say that the future is very bright for the entire community, given the work that the center does here to address issues that are pertinent today, such as bullying.
And if we manage some of our international problems and some of our domestic economic problems, well, hopefully there'll be more opportunity for all of us. That includes our gay and lesbian community, and it certainly includes a growing role for the Center on Halsted.
I don't really know what the future holds. I'm hoping that it only continues to get better. One thing I know is that LGBT persons are always going to go through the coming out process, but it's always going to be an element of self-discovery. And I think the center will always play a part in that.
And when it comes to any kind of struggle, any kind of cause, even though the successes are applauded, you look to the past to understand that it's going to take continuing work.
It's important for the center to continue to educate hearts and minds and to advance our work and do training in corporations, in our communities, in our businesses, in our churches, so that the day will come that we will be respected and treated. That work for the center is so important today and will be in the future years to come.